Hi there. In my recent video on automated scalping, a comment was placed asking if I'd ever done this pre-race. I have. I've used the repeat on success technique to do some pre-race scalping with limited success. Yeah, sometimes you get great results, other times you get horrible results. So today I've decided to do a live test using the execution count mechanism instead. I've never tested that pre-race. So this is actually live. I'm using liabilities of £20, going in at 5 minutes before the off with a trade out at the official off time. So this is the first race of the day, and you can see we've got a small profit as we approach the off time. And I'll come back periodically throughout the day to see how we're getting on. Well, I'm over an hour into today's little experiment, and as this race at Newmarket goes through the motions, let me just bring up the market watch list and show you the results so far. And as you can see, there's far too many reds in there. So my initial settings, I guess, aren't up to much. I suspect I'm going in too early. I'm entering the market 5 minutes out and then trading out at the scheduled off time. None of these races, bar the first one, showed any signs of getting into the green, to be perfectly honest. So I think I'm going in too early. I think from the next race, it's 20 minutes from this race to the next. So I'll take that opportunity to change the settings a little bit so that I'm going in a little bit later. But in doing that, that leaves less time in the market, so I shall have to reduce the killer fill from 30 seconds to around 20, I would think. So that's where we'll start off in the Newbury race at 3 o'clock once this one is done and dusted. Okay, modifications made, and the Newbury race is just starting to fill with trades. What I've done is I've changed my entry point to 2.5 minutes before the off.
This event will start in 1 minute.
Reduced the killer fill to 20 seconds with the rule execution count set at 25. So let's see if that improves matters in any way. Like everything else, when you're doing these automations, there's so many different settings you can muck about with, so you've got to take a first guess estimate when you're first starting it, like I've done, and certainly the indications are that it's too early to go in 5 minutes before. So hopefully delaying that entry point will improve things somewhat. The only issue with that, of course, is that in order to create the number of iterations, I've reduced the killer fill, which potentially means there's going to be less bets matched in any case, because the killer fill may kick in before the market moves down far enough. I can, of course, adjust my entry point in terms of offset from the market, but we'll see how that goes after a few races. So that's that one all finished now, and we've made 29p. Marvellous. As I said earlier, I'm using a £20 liability stake. There's plenty of money in the market, of course, for that to be scaled up by at least a factor of 10. So if I was to do that, my losses for the day currently would be around about 60 quid. So not ideal, but hopefully the changes I've just made will sort things out. Well, those changes didn't help much, and so I'm £9 down on the day, so I think I'm going to draw close to that. To answer the original question, yes, it can be done. Obviously the settings I'm using isn't wonderful. As I said before, I've found exactly the same type of thing if you're doing this pre-race using the repeat on success. It's simply not something that you can do successfully, in my opinion, blindly. You need to be more selective. It's not something that I would want to pursue, however. But anyway, yes, as far as the strategy is concerned and implementing that pre-race, it can be done without any issues. Cheers guys, I'll catch you in the next one.